I'm at the airport. It went pretty okay. I only got patted down extra a little bit.
Speeding. Speeding.
I feel like it's an American thing that if you see a woman with hijab, it's like a symbol of oppression.
I feel like it takes away from just you as a female being able to express.
A man tells you like you have to do this and then you do it.
I feel like in some cultures they don't have a choice. My name is Edina Lekovic and I'm the Director of Policy and Programming at an organization called the Muslim Public Affairs Council. The Quran, which is our holy book, it revealed the idea that women should cover their hair and their outward beauty, except for what they would normally leave uncovered. The vast majority of Muslim women who do cover do it in either the way that I'm wearing it, or more commonly, where just their face is showing, you know, and their neck is covered, and then they wear regular clothing. But the core idea is that it's supposed to be a symbol of modesty and a symbol of a woman's intellectual ability over her physical beauty and, you know, and sexuality.
What I'm more nervous about is like leaving this safe space of the office and like going out, especially like of all places to Hollywood.
I think it's just something that's like a very obvious statement of who you are.
Perhaps if I come across another woman wearing a hijab and she looks at me like, is she really a Muslim?
The first day I put my scarf on, I was walking in Westwood and an old lady walked towards me and she looked at me like she knew me, and I'm thinking, where do I know her from, where do I know her from? And she comes up to me and puts her hand on my shoulder and she says, honey, you're in America now, you don't have to wear that here. All right, so now it's time to learn how to put on a scarf or a hijab, as they're called. So step one, if you can pull your hair back either into a low bun or some way that's going to keep your bangs from flying forward. Throw it over your head. Make sure that about a quarter of it is hanging down on one side. Cover as much of your hair as possible. And then take the long side and pull it under your chin, kind of tightly wrapped up and over your head. And then you'll take the end and just tuck it in wherever it feels comfortable. You are going to want to try to cover any exposed skin around your neck and shoulders and chest. And that's on a minute-by-minute basis. That's the maintenance that you want to look out for during the day. But otherwise, you're all set.
So we just got back from lunch and there was one guy that was kind of like intensely staring at us, but I mean, for the most part, no one did anything outrageous.
I'm on the way to the airport now. I totally forgot that I was actually going to New York tonight.
The guy sitting next to me, as an opening sentence, said, are you Arabic?
About to go to dinner wearing this. I'm a little nervous to see what people will say.
I felt like the need to be weirdly smiley and weirdly nice.
I didn't really think that many people were looking at me, but then I asked Chris and my mom, and they felt like everyone was kind of looking at us.
Got the recognition from another woman in a hijab who recognized and smiled back at me, like saying, okay, sister, we're on the same mission. We had this kind of female connection, you know. It was very sweet, and I'll never forget, like, the way she looked at me was like, she was acknowledging me and I was acknowledging her.
When you wear a hijab, it kind of does all the talking for you. It makes the first impression for you. And so I think if people have negative connotations about women who wear hijab, then it's hard to kind of counterbalance that.
Just walking around, people would just stare at you, and it felt weird. But I feel like I've definitely done that before.
I just got kind of used to having the hijab on my head and I forgot that it was there. So when I would see these people intensely looking at me, it was like, why are they looking at me? And I'm like, oh, because I have this on my head.
The most surprising thing was when I wore it around my friends, they didn't react to it.
As a woman, you should be able to wear whatever you want, and if that's what you want to wear, then that's what you should wear.
I like the things that it represents. If those things are being humble and being intellectual and being equal.